almost a year ago today that I stood at this very spot doing my icebreaker speech here at Foster City Toastmasters. I was so nervous, and all I had to do was get up here and speak in front of you. I revealed 3 fun facts about myself. Does anybody remember what they were? One, I'm a self-proclaimed foodie. And 2, despite me being physically challenged, I have 2 left feet, but I do like to dance. Good job, Ryan. Number 3, I ended up here at Foster City Toastmasters because of my life list. For my second speech, I had to organize my thoughts in a clear and concise manner. So I suggested that everyone take a solo trip, and I talked about how I went to Austin by myself. For my third speech, I got to the point. I suggested that for everyone's New Year's resolution, they should try something new. In my fourth speech, I knew how to say it. I described my love for foie gras, showcasing how much of a true foodie I really was. And in my fifth speech, I used body language to illustrate the lessons I learned in softball and improve my batting average from a .095 to a .138. Yeah, I told you I was physically challenged. And in my sixth speech, I described the trials and tribulations of online dating using vocal variety. I talked about my personal experiences with creepers and also happy outcomes, because it really is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I did some research on my topic for my seventh speech, and it was how much housing costs in the Bay Area, and the things that I wish I knew when buying my first home. Bottom line, living in the Bay Area will cost you an arm and a leg. For my eighth speech, I used visual aids to illustrate just how delicious my meal was at Alinea, the Michelin-starred restaurant in Chicago. I love the fact that how food can appeal to all 5 senses: taste, touch, see, hear, smell. And finally, for my ninth speech, I was supposed to persuade with power. So I encouraged everyone to make their own life list, because the rewards of self-growth is priceless. I turned a situation of heartbreak into a life-changing event. By the way, I did just get out of another relationship, so either you might hear about another life epiphany I have, or I just might become the next Taylor Swift of Toastmasters and do my speeches on dating and breakups. Finally, we've come to my 10th speech today. Inspire your audience. Instead, I'm gonna flip it around. I'm gonna tell you how you all have inspired me. I have a confession to make. Many of the times before Wednesday's meetings, I'm not in the greatest of moods. Not that it's anything against any of you. I'm either going through some kind of personal issue, worried about work, or a certain time of the month, but I don't know. But either way, my spirits are low. But every time I make myself come to meeting, and I do not regret it. Because every time I come out of here more invigorated, more encouraged, and more motivated than ever because I learned so much from each and every one of you. The first Toastmasters speech that I ever heard was my mentor Derek's speech. It was a visual aid slideshow about the first time he had Chinese food in America. And I remember thinking that was relatable, it was humorous, and I don't know if I could ever get to his level of speaking. And when he became my mentor, he shared with me tips and advice on how to improve my speaking skills. So I was able to get up here and ameliorate my speaking skills. There's also so much that I remember from each of your speeches. I know how hard it is to get up here and talk about your personal experiences. I remember Cindy's speech about the different stages of grief and the passing of her mother. That almost put me to tears. I remember Bob McComb's Lazy Sunday speech, where the whole entire speech rhymed. I don't know where he finds the time to write a whole speech that rhymes. It would take me days. There would just be no way. I remember Bob May's speech, speaking about his life-threatening heart condition and the surgery that he had to have. It made me think about my health and my loved one's health as well. Oren's trilogy of how to break it into the job market was really relatable. Brought me back memories of that first job that I landed, and also the idiotic situations and people that you have to deal with at work. And there's just so many that I learn, so many people that I learn from, and I get to know them this way. I know Penelope's love of travel and how she thinks being multilingual is sexy. And I know Carlos's enthusiasm of cosmology when he talked about the stars, the galaxy, and the universe. We also celebrate so much here, our accomplishments, our goals. John Gill got his Golden Quill Award this year. Congratulations, John. And Robin completing her CC manual in a record of 6 months. That's 10 speeches in 6 months. By the time I'm done with this speech, I'm sure she's lapped me and completed another CC manual. You know. So, and there's so many different personalities. Raina's always a ball of fun, lighting up here on stage. And Manson's always lending a helping hand. Robert Kane can just go on and on and on about anything. But I really admire and love the fact that even the people here who have English as their second language are able to get up here and talk, because you can see their improvement and their confidence build up, and that's what's so great about Toastmasters. So I just wanted to thank you all for helping me, being a part of my journey, and maybe, just maybe, by telling you how you all have inspired me, it will inspire some of the guests here to join our club. And with that, I started my first speech with a dance. I am going to end my 10th speech with a song. Now, two things I have to warn you about. One, my voice is not up to par as Ian Kim's rendition of Hakuna Matata, for those of you that were able to enjoy that. And two, this is the first time that I've ever done this in front of an audience, and this is a part of my life list. I'm probably going to mess up. It is a song called Cups, made popular by the movie Pitch Perfect, and Anna Kendrick, originally sung by Lulu and the Lampshades. Here we go. I bought my ticket for the long way round, 2 bottle whiskey on me, and I sure would like some sweet company. And I'm leaving tomorrow, what do you say? When I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my hair.